Dear listener, ClockTower is intended for mature audiences and might be inappropriate or possibly triggering to some. Many of the themes and events in ClockTower are inspired by weird fiction as well as similar concepts, which means the show can get dark. If that isn't something you enjoy, please listen at your own discretion. We here at the ClockTower care about you, so please put your mental health first. Our show will be here when you're ready.
Welcome to Season 2 of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. To all our old and new listeners, we're excited to have you here with us. ClockTower is a D&D campaign turned audio drama, played with a custom class and a few house rules that we as a group collectively enjoy. If you find yourself getting a little lost, there's always older episodes to guide you back to the path. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the ClockTower. There's a moment of prolonged silence as all of you sit around the dinner table, the green beans growing cold on the floor, spilt out from the dropped pot, as Barrett stands and watches Anna leave through the front door to go get Jasper from his tower. All of you are left a little out of place feeling, wearing your normal ClockTower garb in a setting that seems completely foreign to what that garb is meant for.
Jaeger's going to stand from his seat, wander over to the window facing the barn, and keep watch to see if he notices anything off.
The holding pen, that back barn shed building, is down the road, so you kind of have to really lean up against the window to get sights on that side of the shed, and you can just barely from where you are see the edge of that building.
Still sleeping or what?
I mean, from my eyes, yeah, but you know how that works. Maybe,
yeah. Well, guess we wait. As he kind of bobs back and forth a little bit, trying to ignore the fact that he's wearing his normal clothes and the food in front of him for the third time.
Yeah, all of you are realizing now as the food is steaming hot and ready on the table that the couch reset you to have not eaten again. And while you're not particularly hungry, you're not full either. You could definitely eat if you wanted.
Sam kind of awkwardly reaches all the way across the middle of the table and grabs the bread basket and slides it over to them, and then grabs a hunk of white bread and kicks their feet under the table.
I don't know if it's just me, but the food's really good, but I don't want to ruin it, if you know what I mean. We keep having the same foods over and over and over again. We never just have one meal and then another one the next time. It's maybe we should have just killed that thing. Maybe we should have just,
Nah. And Jaeger's going to say this while continuing to stare out the window. Nah. It would be better to deal with everything here first.
Yeah.
If we just finished it, it would have... There was too much that was not resolved.
Right. I mean, I've reset hundreds and thousands of times, but for some reason it just feels out of place now. As he awkwardly eyes the food in front of him.
Well, sometimes sometimes things change, and that's fine. I think that there's always something new to learn here. Who knows? Maybe it's kind of nice to talk to not us about us.
Oh, we're going to be talking about ourselves for quite a bit now, as soon as Jasper gets back.
Right. Sam takes another bite.
Triggy, what are you doing while Sam is next to you, munching on a piece of bread?
I don't think I'm going to eat this time.
Okay.
I think I also am a little taken back by having... Now, at first I had corn nonstop. It gave me literal nightmares. I don't really want to have nightmares about this food, so I'm going to refrain from eating.
Now I feel rude.
Triggy, can you roll perception check?
19?
You have this distinct thought, similar to like when somebody was just talking to you and you didn't really hear what they were saying, but after you've moved on to something else, your brain has remembered what they said and finally processed it. But without ever actually hearing anybody speak, you almost get this feeling of like someone asking what's going on. As if you had heard someone ask you that, but nobody asked you that. And then you like realize that it's the lamp.
Oh, yeah, lamp. I forgot about lamp.
About that, yeah. How is that working out for you in general?
I think that this is not a good time to discuss lamp. I think it's probably tower talk.
Yeah, kind of awkward if we start airing our own, laundry while we're trying to convince other people that we are here to fix their laundry.
I know. I just meant like, are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, good. That's good.
Barrett takes in a very awkward bite out of the food.
It's good, right? It's kind of cold now. But
Yep.
you don't think they tripped and fell down, died on the stairs, right?
I was thinking they were just ran off into the night.
Well.
In this weird way, I was like, that's kind of fair. Like we were some random people who just showed up in their house and then all of a sudden.
Jasper did take a while to trust us.
Jaeger, you look outside, it's bright, blazing middle of the day sun. It's starting to go down maybe, but it is definitely not the middle of the night.
It's a figure of speech. You know what I mean. Something weird's going on. I need to get my kid and get the hell out of here. Runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jaeger, you see both of them walking up towards the house in a hurry, kicking
never
up
mind.
dust behind them.
Never mind.
Sam reaches over and grabs that steak and puts it in their pocket again.
Barrett puts his fork down.
Sam, as you grab it, it does a little bit of a crispy crinkle in your fingers, and then you put it in your pocket, and you feel it brush up against something else, and you don't really want to think about whatever you felt in there. And then the screen door opens as both of them come in, and Anna comes in, steps aside, and then Jasper comes in kind of quickly, adjusting his bow tie, and he goes, hello, everyone, I'm Jasper. So you guys you're...
We know.
You know.
We know, yeah.
You're stabilizers.
Yes, we've actually had this conversation before, believe it or not. But out of respect for you, we'll have it again.
You had this conversation with me?
Yeah, it happens a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Anna pinches the bridge of her nose, just completely out of her depth. She has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Go ahead, have a seat. Wait, there's probably plenty that you want to ask.
So you all are here, and you got sent to this world? So you got my, why are you here?
Excellent question. The sick raptor that your father's came back about 2 days ago, correct?
Yeah.
It's in the barn, locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
That's
raptor.
not a raptor. It may seem like it, but it is not. And it is something that doesn't belong here. And is also very dangerous, but it is sleeping currently and incubating almost.
It uses a highly complex kind of natural illusion magic to make it seem like a harmless object, probably from what I can reckon, kind of familiar to people, so it gets trust and then it attacks.
Jasper adjusts his glasses and says, "So you're all not here about my dad then?"
Well, actually, we are. We came very close to defeating that monster inside your barn, and took it upon ourselves to come back, redo it all, and follow through with this a little more.
He reaches in his shirt pocket and pulls out a little notebook and starts without looking at the notebook or looking at any of you, starts scribbling things down. He's like, "Did you say you did it again? And you had this conversation with me before. You are able to go, you can time travel?"
Within limits. So whenever we are on a mission, we have a certain amount of time that is given to us.
By mission, do you mean, is there someone a government that is
An agency?
giving you, is there someone giving you these missions? How do you report to a superior hive mind or, a higher up? Do you all share thoughts?
No.
We don't know.
Well, sometimes.
Well,
No.
we have access to certain things that could give us that ability, but not here, not right now. And no, we don't really have anybody we can talk to. They kind of just give us the boot and expect us to do the job.
We show up blind to every situation.
We almost have just as many questions as you whenever we start a new one.
There's no sort of a debrief or some sort of like intel officer that all of you could report to figure out what's going on?
We have a couch.
Well, no, there is an intel officer. However, at the moment, your world doesn't really have one anymore.
They're usually...
The intel officers are native to the worlds that you're repairing?
Yes. However, we do have need of it, something that belonged to them, and you kind of have it.
His glasses slide down his nose a little bit and his eyes go wide as he like pushes his glasses up and he goes, "You're talking about the blue gem?"
Yes.
The eye.
It's actually an eye.
Is it some sort of reconnaissance?
No, it's a literal eye.
A literal...
Our agency takes on the aspect of an owl, and that owl has an avatar.
Like the one I've been dreaming about.
Probably.
Yeah.
The person, the intel officer on every world, is their own self and also mentally like a hive mind connected back to the central intel officer.
So the intel officers have a hive mind, but all of you don't. And you, how did you get here? Is there a vehicle? Or how do you rewind time?
It's a portal.
For an entire...
Yeah, you call it a wormhole of a sort.
It takes the shape of a mirror.
That's a fun word.
Yeah.
Wormhole.
Wormhole, yeah, I like it. It's good.
A mirror.
I learned it from a book I read.
Okay, and all of you are stabilizers.
Yep. We
Yes.
are.
White blood cells, like you said.
Yes. Kind of like white blood cells, we all have specialized roles.
And the raptor is some form of infection to this world.
Correct.
Like a cancer.
It's, well, we can't really tell if it's like a
What?
bacteria or a parasite yet, but...
And you need... Like, pats all over himself and then, like, pulls out the eye and goes, and you need this
Yes.
to find my dad.
It would help.
It would help.
All right. He, like, holds it out to you, Barrett, just, like, open hand, here you go.
Thank you.
Anna is listening to all of this, like, quietly. Seems like she's trying to, like, process every, like, time you guys say a new sentence, what the fuck is going on. But when he says something about finding his dad, she kind of, like, looks up at all of you with, like, this cautious sort of hopefulness. As if she does not want to believe in the, like, hope that her kid is holding out that he's even alive. He's been missing for half a year. Mm-hmm. He went out to a desert alone and has been gone for half a year. She doesn't know how the raptor survived, and now that you guys are saying that it's some kind of infectious thing, she's, one, very worried, and two, well, that explains how the raptor survived, and she's pretty sure that it's killed him already. Like, that's the logical conclusion for her.
So, if I may, we're going to use this to try to figure out... We want to give you closure. That's the main reason why we didn't complete our mission before. We want to make sure that you both are doing well, and...
Jasper, like, looks back at his mom, and she, like, kind of gives him a shake of her head and goes, I mean, if all of you are here to help, that would mean a whole heck of a lot to me, and I'm sorry that all of you have to come from wherever you come from to deal with our family's problems.
Well, and we're sorry that we're not the hands we were expecting.
She gives you a firm, mutual understanding nod.
Upside is, I'm pretty sure someone will be showing up soon to help you out, so...
Oh, well, I don't know.
I don't know for sure, but apparently from what Teddy and them said before, people just show up after we leave to clear things up, so...
Speaking of when we leave, we have about 5 days.
Jasper looks around at you guys and goes, you said something about a Teddy? Are there more of all of you? Are you like a small... Do you have like a... at the agency you report to, is there, like, were you the one set here and you got other ones waiting for you back at the agency?
We're kind of divvied up into teams, and we don't really get to talk to a lot of other agents.
It's like toy sets or like limited releases, something like that. Basically, we get made as a set.
So you guys are research teams.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you are, like, when you're out at a dig, you get orders that come in remotely, and you don't really, you kind of have to just operate.
By the seat of our pants.
Best we got.
That seems so much less organized than I was hoping.
But when we're done, we just kind of zip it out. So you'd never know we were here, and you won't know after we're gone.
So you better be taking good notes.
Yeah.
They'll still be here.
I definitely am.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, you don't have to explain everything to me. My theories were correct. Well, they were actually my dad's theories to begin with, but like, they were right. So you're all here. So if whatever you got to do, don't let me stop you. Don't let me hold you back. And Anna, again, it's just like, kind of rolls her eyes like, she's fucking got the kids' hopes up now. It's fucking.
Well, now with that knowledge that you have, which we very almost never relinquish.
Yeah, it kind of didn't really happen.
This is an experiment on our own accord. Be careful with what you do with that knowledge. We don't quite know what happened to your father yet, but I don't expect you want to share a similar fate if that is the case. The last thing you want to do is see us again as well. So...
Maybe for you.
So it's sort of like when you're on a contract and you're not allowed to speak about anything that you've researched. I see.
Thing is, you can use the research, you just can't say where you got the research from.
Right. You're part of the club now, basically. You're in the know.
Yeah, so the thing about that is that it is really difficult to get any sort of academic credation when you can't cite your sources.
But make your own. Don't go through them.
Yeah, I think that lying about your sources will end up equally as bad for me in the end.
What's we can do?
He looks just like staring off into space like he got kicked out of school for this exact thing, and now he finds out that he was right, and he can't even go back with any of the hard evidence that he has, and you guys are taking his one piece of hard evidence that already didn't save him, that already didn't convince anyone. Speaking of, you're holding the stone?
Yeah.
Cool. You see a shadow, like as you're talking to Jasper, and you see Anna out of the corner of your eye. In the kitchen, in the back corner, you see like a weird, hazy shadow. And you look at it, and it's gone.
Here, Sam, maybe you should hold to this.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Sam, roll with disadvantage.
That was a 19, and then a 1.
How bad is it?
4.
Sam, Barrett hands you the eye, and then all of a sudden, everything goes black. It's like you're standing on the ledge of a very, very, very steep cliff. And like the ground all around you as you're like looking at this landscape is some sort of like gray, dusty rubble. And as you look down, you look into this blackness, and then you realize that it's not blackness. It is some roiling, dark shape so big and so vast that you can't visually or mentally comprehend the scale of it. And then it sort of continues to move like a wave sort of rising up in front of you, a wave so large that you realize that there is nowhere you can move, nothing you can do that would get you out from underneath it. And as it towers over you, you see one large, omnipotent eye open, silhouetting you, smaller than its pupil. And then all of a sudden, you are on the floor, the eye having rolled out of your hand onto the wooden floor of the farmhouse, and you have thrown up, apparently. And all of you guys, everyone else's perspective, see Sam handed the rock and then goes, it throws up and falls over immediately, just like thunk onto the ground, twitching. And as it rolls out of their hands, they like slowly go, and they wake up and look around. Sam, that was like, for them, a couple seconds of like, oh my God, Sam. For you, it felt like hours maybe on that cliffside.
Sam doesn't move and just like stares at the wood grain of the side of the wall, slowly resetting to back to normal.
As you look at the wood grain, you're almost sure you can see the grain naturally forming the shape of an owl looking at you.
Can me get a towel. Sorry, I don't know what happened here. Sam.
Jasper gets up, knocks the chair over to run to go get a towel, and Anna's like, you might want to support their head. Give them some room.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Trinket, Jaeger, how do you guys react to the fact that Sam just
Jaeger's going to dash from the window to Sam's side, almost like he teleported there, just here, and he's like, Sam, breathe. You okay? You're fine.
Grab the marble.
And Jaeger's gonna
with the cloth if you want.
Problem is, it's too late. Jaeger already grabbed it.
Wisdom save with disadvantage.
8. It's not a 1.
You see a vast desert of white sand with little black pepper sprinkles throughout all of it, and you see roots all around you as if you're huddled, and you see a almost delicate weathered hand with the fingernails almost gnawed on pull a gray coat closer around their shoulder as if they're shivering alone. Are you still holding on to it?
Honestly, this is exactly what he wanted. So he's just gonna stop and look. The amount of happiness in him is unending.
And then as you keep looking, you see the eyes you're looking through sort of blink slowly and then close, and it's dark, very dark for a moment. Roll again with disadvantage and a -5.
Yeah, it's gonna be a -2.
Then you start seeing everything, like a montage flash of every world in existence, every war, and then you wake up on the floor.
Jaeger.
Jaeger, you taste this metally copper taste, and you realize that you have hard bit down on your tongue. And the eye is rolling across the floor, and it bumps into Trinket's shoe.
Jaeger.
Make that 2 towels.
Jasper has just come back with 1 towel, and then turns on his heels and runs back to the cabinet to get another towel.
Well, that sucked, huh?
At first it was great.
I'm gonna grab a napkin off the table, and don't move as I tiptoe over to the foot of Trinket, and just like a bug on the floor, just kind of nab it with the napkin.
Okay, roll wisdom save.
Damn it! Shit.
Not with disadvantage.
3.
You pick it up with the napkin.
Sorry. Make that a 4.
You pick it up with the napkin, and you have it in your hands for a second, and you turn to look over where Sam and Jaeger are, but as you turn, you're looking right at Grin. The world around you is a completely different room now. You're in the antique shop, and you're staring at Grin as he looks at you and goes,
I don't know what to do with this new shipment of books. They got so many of them. It's almost like 2 tons or something, but I got nowhere to put them. Maybe no. You know what? Let's get new shelves. I've wanted new shelves anyway for a long time.
I'm just going to purse my lips and try and put this in my pocket and close my eyes.
okay. Roll a wisdom save with disadvantage.
5, 6.
You close your eyes and you put it in your pocket, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're falling as you do you open your eyes to try and catch yourself?
No, I'm actually going to try and just calm my mind and focus and keep my eyes closed. And I'm not falling right now. I'm having dinner. I'm talking to friends. I'm okay. And then maybe peek my one eye open.
You feel this extreme cold all around you. And when you peek your one eye open, you are looking face to face with some sort of colossal feathered creature.
I go to sprawl and take my jacket off.
Here's the thing about that. You go to move and you can't. You're frozen. You can't fucking move. And it's the giant eyes of it look like looking into 2 burning suns that are getting bigger and brighter with this sort of blue fire deep within them. And it looks so familiar, but not like the blue tainted light you've seen, but it burns like alm's light. And it's this sort of like extremely intense flame, and you're just staring at it like it's gonna burn away everything that you are with just the vast, unknowable knowledge that it contains. And to all of you, you see Barrett pick it up, squeeze his eyes, and then like he's muscling through somebody tearing him apart, puts it in his pocket, and then like breathes, and then starts shaking and falls over and is like on the ground being like like he's having a seizure.
Jaeger's gonna try to power himself up to get.
Roll a Constitution save.
Yeah. 21.
Okay, Jaeger, you like someone else is in trouble. You put all of your like uneasy feeling and how sick you feel away in a box somewhere in the back of your mind, and then you leap into action. What do you do?
Gets up, like crawls over to Barrett, grabs the collar of his jacket, and pulls his arms out of the jacket.
Okay, you just rip the jacket off of him?
Yeah.
Okay. Barrett, from your perspective, you are like, this is the end of you. You're dead. You're just like, all of your service, all of your everything to the clock tower, you're never gonna really get to say goodbye to Grin the way you would like to. It all ends right here. You thought the Harvest Wars were gonna get you, but no. You thought everything else was gonna get you, but no. It was here in front of this thing. And then like someone grabbing you by the collar of your jacket yanks you back, and all of a sudden you're awake looking up at Jaeger, who is throwing your jacket to the side of the room.
Pocketing. Probably not the better option.
Barrett.
How many towels you got?
Jasper looks at you and goes, I gotta set these ones on the table. I'll go get another one.
I'm just
And
gonna...
Anna is like, she sits down at the table by Trinket. Trinket, are you sitting still?
Yeah, so I'm watching the chaos unfold around me, like, yeah. As if the room is on fire and I am just sitting at a little table. But I'm standing. Yeah, I don't think that this thing is for us.
You know, it might not be for us. I still kind of want it.
I will try to pick up the jacket.
Okay. Roll a wisdom save with a +5. Since you're like, you're not even picking up the eye itself, you're picking it up in a jacket that is a clock tower garb.
Oh,
and like holding it with
napkin,
2 fingers.
in a jacket.
In a napkin, in a jacket. Like,
12.
Okay. That.
Wait,
like-
clock door coin. 15.
15.
Okay. Trinket, you pick it up and you get this like split-second image flash of like a first-person POV of a hand that is holding out this like it's as if it is floating above their hand, this blue fire, and you see this girl on the ground in clock tower like garb, and she has like tears in her eyes and a look so desperate that you think you know exactly how that feels. And it's offering this fire out, and she like is reaching up for it, and then that's all you see. And then you hold out the jacket, and it's not, you think that's it. You like were connected to it for a second, and you've managed to will your way out of it, especially when you see, like you hear Jaeger saying your name.
Trinket, fight.
And it like pulls you back to this moment here holding the jacket.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got it.
I feel like that went a lot smoother the first time.
Yeah, it was great. Well, not great, but better than that. Sam, like, peels themselves off the floor.
You know?
Jasper starts cleaning up the vomit by Sam.
No, I got that. No, please sit down.
Well,
Please sit down.
you guys are the stabilizers. I want to do anything I can to help. As Trinket, by the way, you're still like sitting, or actually you're standing now. So you are just standing with your arm like full arm's length away from you, holding the jacket between 2 fingers.
Yeah. Hey, Jasper?
Yeah.
What happens when you hold this? Nothing?
Oh, well, I hear this like humming, and then if I look through it, I can like, almost like, you know when you look through the bottom of a bottle?
Sure.
And the world looks kind of distorted on the other end. I can look through it and I see these like, well, I mean, people like you, actually, wearing all the clothes that you're wearing and asking questions, but I can't hear what they're saying. I see the like inquisitive nature on their face, and then I see them, and then sometimes I see other worlds and things happening that couldn't possibly be this one. So
That's what it does. That's what it does. It lets you see through the eye of the blue-haired people.
Oh.
It just links you. But
Yeah.
we don't have the what's the word?
Mortality?
No, we don't have the well, we do have the immortality, but
maybe, I mean, it looked like you guys got electrocuted.
yeah, we don't have the circuits, I think is the word. The circuits. To
Sir.
Like
work.
touching a live wire.
Yeah.
That's just
Jaeger
it just looked.
Jaeger points at him like, yes, that.
When I was
We're
Anna's,
not from here.
Anna goes, well, I mean, when Jasper was little, George was not ever an electrician and tried one time to fix a bad plug we had. And we have seen what happens when you touch a live wire. Luckily, George was fine, but not unlike what just happened to all y'all.
It's too much for us.
Well, how do we get insulated or grounded or whatever the hell?
What if we're all holding hands?
I mean, sure, as he's like looking at the puke on his hands. Like,
Well, I mean, not right now, but like, you know what I mean? Like, what if we need to ground ourselves via like?
Also, you have this massive taste in your mouth of just like blood.
I feel.
Why do I taste iron?
I don't know.
Do you want, like, we have water and stuff.
Oh, never mind. I know why. I bit my tongue. Jaeger puts his hand over his mouth and sort of like cradles his face.
I love that Trinket is still just standing there, holding.
Do you want to take that back for a minute, Jasper? Since we can't hold on to it. We'll take it at the end.
You want me to hold the coat?
I was going to say maybe we should click and then come back to this moment, but without that, if it goes with us.
Well, if you're holding on to it right now, here.
We'll be right back.
As he looks for his pocket
You'll
watch.
be right.
2 seconds.
Click.
You guys see Jasper's like confused face almost like turn into like it stretches into the distance for a second, and then like all of the world disappears like water pulling away from you, and then all of a sudden you're back on the couch. And in front of you, on the coffee table, the Eye of the Owl.
We did it!
All right.
Success.
I'm going to sit on the couch for a second.
Everybody feels fine already.
Wow,
While
I
sitting
feel
on the
so
couch.
much better now.
However, it is getting harder for all of you while sitting on the couch to remember anything that you saw.
Maybe we should get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right back to where we were and...
And they could hold on to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Okay.
I just wanted to make sure it was here. That's the main thing.
Yeah, we're good. I think everything's in order. Let me just check we're at the right time. Okay, yep.
How far are you rolling it back?
Not rolling it back at all, just
okay.
to where rolling it far
forward. You're
forward
fast
as much-
forwarding it to right before you.
to what?
You're going back to not clicking the pocket watch,
Yes.
basically. Okay. Trinket, roll a perception check.
1.
How bad is it?
17.
So it's just a fail. For a second, it is like someone is right behind your ear and then like screaming like, what is going on? And then you're just like stunned from that for a second as if somebody was there, but nobody was there and you know that you didn't hear anything and you're just like, and you feel this like disdain from the lantern at your hip.
So, am I still holding the coat?
No, Barrett is wearing his coat, the eye is on the table,
Oh. So it's
but the lamp is on your
cool.
belt.
Okay.
You guys ready to go back?
I'm going to hold out the lantern and stare at it for
Okay.
a second.
As you like take it off your belt and you hold it, you feel much more connected to the lantern than when it's on your belt. And you feel this like just general sense of confusion and now at this point annoyance.
I shake my head and put it back on my belt.
You all right there, Trinket?
Yeah, I just don't know what it wants.
As he like looks at the lantern, looks at you, looks at the lantern, looks at you and squints.
Yeah, because from all of your perspective, Trinket was sitting on the couch, jumped a little bit, and then pulled off the lantern off their belt, held it in front of her eyes, and then stared at it, shook her head, put it back on her belt. Like,
Anything you want to share?
Since we're already here and, we could just do this
it's our
now.
time.
Or do you want to wait? We can wait. It's fine.
Either way, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay. Just gonna get this over really quickly because it's really it's pretty dark. Wild team isn't here. That's why it's easy for me to pick this thing up. And I can kind of maybe hear them sometimes. It's a little weird, but that's yeah.
Jaeger slowly turns and looks at Sam. Like, oh.
I'm glad I never touched that thing then. It seems it's found its home, and I'm glad.
Sam goes to like start a sentence and then stops, and then stops. I'm really sorry.
Well,
No, it's not that. It's we showed up at we knew, but not really. So we knew where the lamp came from.
You didn't happen to be in a weird kind of fucked up castle.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
All right.
Shit.
Yeah, before I was right before I met you guys in that house.
Yeah, we kind of went through there and cleaned up the place.
That's good.
Uh-huh.
Definitely needed taken care of.
I didn't realize.
The world's crushed.
Yeah.
That's good.
No one else is ever gonna be there again. So.
Nice.
Tower time.
Yeah.
Trinket, you feel the lantern, for lack of a better word, is sort of like emanating more feelings of confusion, and you can like, you almost feel like if you did the thing where you like, when you can close your eyes and try to center yourself, if you were like closing your eyes and really trying to listen to it, it's like way more muted when it's on your belt than when you're holding it. When you're holding it, it's almost like you can feel them standing behind you, but you can't hear anything they're saying. You can kind of just feel what they're feeling. But when it's on your belt, you hardly feel that at all. It's like you can kind of feel if they're like, it's like you could only hear them if they were in the other room trying to yell at you about something. So there's like a big disconnect when it's like safely on your belt, to the point where like if it's on your belt, you could totally ignore it. You could like put it aside, and you feel that same like pressing concern from the lantern and like confusion, almost as if all of them are like yelling from that other room, like, what's happening? Like, what is going on? And you just not, that's all you're getting from the lantern. But it's like even worse, it's especially worse now that you picked it up, looked at them, and then put it back. They're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, if it's your past teammates, do they have any insight? I'd love to get more heads on this.
It's true. And maybe.
Does it work like that? I don't know how it works.
I don't know. I'll hold it and I'll stare at it again, and I'll close my eyes and try to like focus on what they're saying.
You can, it's like you can't make out what voice is what. You can't make out, it's all kind of one. Like all of their feelings and what they're thinking and all of their voices kind of like, sometimes when you're like listening, like throughout this, it kind of sounds like pockets, and other times it sounds softer, more like whisper, but it never sounds exactly like one of them. It is like, they are all in there, and they're all like made into one thing now, as sad as it is, whatever is left of them. And you can feel it, especially because you're also part of that thing. And so as you're holding it, you kind of hear that, like, feel this demanding presence, as if like, what is going on? We finally found each other, and then you don't talk to us, like we don't know what's happening. Roll a perception check. Okay. It like kind of like it clicks. When they're on your belt, they can only perceive what you perceive, like you can perceive what they can perceive. Like someone screaming from another room in a door. And they felt that shit was bad, and that like something bad was happening. Before, they were like, ClockTower mission times. And then you held the like eye in the jacket for a second, and they really were like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening? Why are we not being told fucking anything? The lantern is like, we're like deaf, dumb, and blind in here. We can't see what's going on. You're not telling us anything. And you get the feeling that like, as much as you are like, I can't fucking hear you when it's on the belt, they can't hear you or know what you know what's going on. And they want to. They're like, we want to know. We're in a fucking light. We're here holding this thing for you and keeping it from exploding, but like, what the fuck is going on?
Guess I'm gonna talk to the lamp.
Okay.
As weird as it feels.
Uh-huh.
We found an eye of the owl.
And as you say that, your memories kind of flash in front of your own eyes of what the fuck just happened. And as you say that one sentence, you get the overwhelming feeling of understanding, as if as soon as you like started trying to explain to the lantern what the fuck was going on, you just showed them.
Oh, okay.
They were like, oh, and there's just like an understanding feeling of like, roll a perception check, but this time with a +5 and advantage.
25?
The lantern is confident. The lantern is like, let us try. You fucking, you hold us, you hold the thing, we got this.
Oh boy.
Lantern is like, let us do it.
Let me at him.
Let me at him.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up that. I gesture to the table. That eye.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
You just. Well, all right.
I'm just like, I don't think we have any towels in the tower.
It's
So I'm
all right.
a
We
little-
got a wardrobe though. It's full of
And a
clothes.
couch.
Wait, you guys know it'll clean itself
Yeah.
up.
That's why I'm like, whatever.
So I will, while holding the lantern, try to grab the eye and see what happens.
Okay. For a split second, you see that same girl you saw before, but engulfed in the same fire and light that the lantern is holding, as if it was burning her from the inside out. And then you feel a hand on your shoulder and another hand on your other shoulder, and like someone like putting their hand on top of that. And then that image is like gone, and you are holding the eye with like complete control. Hey, it's me, Ellie again. What's going on with ClockTower? Well, I'm happy to say we've had several patrons reach out about how much they've appreciated their Polaroids. I'm glad they can be some small thanks on how much you've supported the show. We couldn't do it without you. And we're still plugging away at making as much content for you as possible, and keeping the episodes coming out at their regular scheduled times. Unfortunately, there's not a lot else to say right now, so on to credits. If you'd like to work with us or collaborate with us in any way, contact us through our website, ClockTowerAgent.com. Barrett was played by Bink, Sam was played by Cal, Trinket was played by Kball, Jaeger was played by Trent, and I, Ellinthris, was your DM. The voice of our disclaimer was Valak Donahue. You can check out all of his work at patreon.com/themadlanddreamer. All music from Season 1 of ClockTower made by Who's Music. If you would like your own D&D music commissioned, you can contact them and find all of their work through their website, whosisthis.com, or find it in the description below. Thanks, Who's. Additional music and effects provided by Andrew Smith and Cal. Thanks to our editing team and Cal for making the episodes what they are. Thank you to our sponsor, Alpha Lupine Images, for donating the equipment to help us make more content with better quality. And thank you again for listening. ClockTower Season 2, Episode 35 will be out for all of our early episode patrons on June 7th and will release publicly on June 14th. Till then, time's ticking. See you in the Clock Tower.